Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So it's been about 3 weeks since I added that second brood box. So I'm curious to see how much work they've done, how much they've accomplished. I don't know if I need to, if 7 of those frames are full on both sides, I don't know if I need to add a super, a honey super, or go ahead and add yet another brood box, which I'd have to purchase because I don't have one. But let's take a look first before we come to any conclusions. Well, that's one match out. I love it how the wind always picks up when you go to strike a match. I meant to take some of this out. Oh, I'll put this underneath here. Oh, I was going to put some mint on top of that. Someone said don't use hot smoke. Put some green material on top of the flame. Okay, here's some mint. We're actually in drought conditions right here in New England, and I was hoping that that hurricane would give us some relief, but it's going to be too far out. So I saw something interesting where over the past 2 years, I think they said we're down 16 inches of rainfall. But it's an official drought right now. So let's go over to the hive, take a look at their progress. So let's give them a little smoke. I don't know, this seems to make them angrier. I'm in the path here of the bees going and returning from the outside feeder, which I don't know, I was thinking about that, and I see occasional fights, so I think one of the things I was worried about when I thought about it is they're more likely to come in contact with outside bees from different hives, which might transmit disease, as opposed to having them feed inside. And the ones inside is just the only ones going to be feeding inside of the bees that belong to my hive. And there's a lot of wasps, not wasps, there's a lot of yellow jackets that are feeding at that station too, which I don't like. So let's take this cover off. I don't know why they're always bouncing off this. Let them go. See, they finished these empty. We've got 3 waiting in the wings. I've got a new tool here, I got a nice frame grabber. It's hard to pick up these frames with just gloves, even with the hive tool. Something tells me I've got a lot more bees now. You can see the really almost finished off that pollen patty there. Wow, they really went to town recently on that. Well, last time I was in here was 3 weeks. So let's take this box off. I want to build a nice frame for putting a couple of hives on to get to that point. Very limited in the space here with some, wow, that's a piece of paper. Oh, that's what they're dealing with. I thought it's paper left over from the pollen patty they're trying to get rid of. I think I can help them with that. So let's take this off. That's glued down there. It's really stuck on. Okay, look at that. Wow. Oh, wow. I got a lot of bees. I think I need to order another brood box. They are... I need to... Let's see. Where did I... Got my pencil inside my suit. I need to write down numbers on these frames. Okay, so let's take a look at these frames here. I can see comb on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my hive tool. Wow, they're already... Let me get my frame grabber. Now this is number 10. Remember, this is 3 weeks. I put this empty brood box on here. So they're out to 10 on this side with comb. Those are the bees I've got. Now that's just, well, sealing it off here. Oh, I can see the glistening, so that's, I've been feeding them like crazy, so that's all nectar or sugar water. I don't know what you call it once they put it into the frames. So you can see the glistening there. So I'll put that on the frame holder. Give it a little more smoke. So anyone want to chime in on whether I need to add, go ahead, September, what's it today, September 2nd? Do I need to add another brood box or just go ahead and add another super? I've been feeding them consistently. Look at this. So it looks like these are all their stores. So I don't see brood in the brood box so far. I see a lot of, I mean, they got to put it somewhere. I was wondering if they're just using it to survive for the day, or whether all that is being stored. And it looks like I've answered that question. Capping that all off there. I don't think I'm going to see the queen in here. So that's number 9. This does some damage, but I'm sure they'll quickly seal up those cells that this grabber cuts into. How do you do this? So I don't think I need to actually look at every one of these. Just give you I just wanted to see what was going on with this brood chamber. So definitely, I think I've got more than the package bees that I started out with back in the 1st of July. Which really isn't, you know, July, all of July and August. And now we're in, oh, there's some brood in the brood chamber. You can see there. But this is like filled with honey. Mostly honey. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? That's really not enough brood there to say there's a pattern. Is that a pattern in itself? A poor pattern? So the queen has been, oh, she's right there. Wow. So the queen is in the second brood chamber. I haven't seen her for a couple of months, so there she is. Now I'm scared about putting this back in really carefully here. So, whoa. Make sure you keep constant pressure on that grabber. Where is she? There she is, okay. Putting this in so carefully. So do I need to go any further? Immediately, they're on the damage from these grabbers. So the second brood chamber here is mostly honey. So I don't know. Or all the syrup that I've been feeding. So she's in the second brood box. Let's take a look at this one. I mean, they're not really, they're really calm. They're not bouncing off of me or anything. Temperature dropped significantly from yesterday. It's about 10 degrees lower humidity. Let's get the frame grabber again. What's it, this one here? And it looks like it's mostly honey too. So as the the season dictated to the queen that there's a little bit of brood there, that she's no longer concentrating on laying, and it's all, I think they've got enough honey for the winter. I'm not taking any of this. I don't think I need to go any further. On this side there's the outside edges I can see. I don't know if I need to look at those or not. I can see the foundation, so yeah, these are all, they're running out of places to put the nectar that I'm feeding them, or the syrup. That's full. Just want to get these apart enough so I can take a look at the number 1 and number 2 here. Let me take out 5. These bees would get out of my way. There's that paper they're still trying to deal with from the pollen patty. Can help them with that. This one is. Well, you can go see here again. I've been feeding them like crazy, and they're just storing it all. This guy is still wrestling with the paper. You can do it. Hey, he took it. So that's 5. Whoa, it looks like I broke some burr comb on the bottom there, connecting the bottom brood box there to the top there. But let's see. Yeah, so I put another brood box on this thing. There'd be so much honey. Actually, you know, I don't think about all those winters, all those months. I don't know how quickly they go through. They're in sort of a dormant state, right? The slower metabolism, so I don't know how much they eat. But this is where all the nectar, this is where all the syrup is going that I've been feeding them. So I think I have to go on Amazon and order another brood box. Actually, you know what? No. If this second brood box is honey, then maybe the queen isn't laying anymore, and I can go ahead and put on the supers, the honey supers I have. You can see here This is the outside of frame 1. And it looks like frame 2 is in the same condition. But the rest are all packed with all the syrup I've been feeding them. So this is number 2. They just started, just barely visible with comb on the foundation. On the other side, it'd be funny if I came across another queen in here. But, well, that's interesting. So my impression is that if she's laying, she's keeping it all in the bottom brood box. And this is where all the syrup is going that I've been feeding them. So I do have another super that I had to purchase because I want a box. I really like the inside feeding. I bought a 3-inch hole cutter. So I want to try building a piece of plywood up top with the holes in it for the jars, but then they're subjected to the sun, so they'll probably spoil quicker. So this is, I'm going to close this up now. It's no longer a mystery as to what's going on in this brood box that I added 3 weeks ago. So I put these all back together. Okay, so I'm going to add the frames to the honey super. And then just put the inner cover on that. Just like before, except one extra level. Oh, there's still bees on the bottom of this. They really like this top opening, so now they're a little bit confused. It's going to be about 8 inches at the top now. So I've got one jar in there. I don't think I should drill another hole. I already have one there. They don't use that too much, but they really like this top hole in the screened inner cover. Hope that's not too disruptive. So I'll put this in. So it looks like they're finding that inner cover opening again, the top one, slowly. There must be a scent on that from all the bees that have gone in and out of that. So this is New England Gardening. Just wanted to see what the second brood box looked like. It's mostly filled with the syrup that I've been feeding them, but I went ahead and put on a second because basically all the frames are just about full. Very little brood, but the queen was in the second brood box, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I don't think she's laying anymore. So with the second honey super, I'm going to continue to feed them, and they'll just fill that with the syrup also. So this is New England Gardening. with my first beehive heading into fall. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so they're just piling into that hole again, so they found it.